Hello everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine read for you today and a bunch of messages and downloads from the past couple days I'll tell you. I did a summary for the read just because I don't have that much time today. If I have time, I'll go through all of the cards as well. There is a picture on the icon of the main spread of the read if you need to see the cards. Yeah, but we'll get right to it. For those of you who don't know me, my website is twinflames3344.com and my email is the same at gmail.com. I do coaching and card reads and numerology, as well as I am a Reiki Master, so I do healing as well. And I have a CD out called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames, and the music is very healing. I'll bring up wounds for you. It is piano and voice love songs, and 7 of them I wrote on my Twin Flame journey, 2016. So if you're interested, they're at iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon, and Google. Okay. And if you should need anything that I haven't discussed, just drop me an email, which is listed below. Okay. And thank you all so much, my subscribers, all of those who have liked, subscribed, shared, and commented. As always, you're so appreciated. So for all the messages I got this week, so it's been a crazy week. The energies are really intense, and I've had a lot of spine pain this week, and a little bit teary at times, just because the energies are so heavy. I mean, nothing that lasted a long time. I haven't been able to sleep all week. That's probably also why I'm a little teary, because I probably haven't slept more than 4 or 5 hours for the past 3-4 nights. So on the 14th, the downloads I got were, and I'll tell you some of the numbers I got as well. As I said, there was a lot of tears all week, and tired. And actually the sexual energy, which was really strong last week, is still coming in and out this week, but it's not as strong as it was last week. It just really drained this week. The Panther came up, a 9-flavor tea on Chinese herbs. Twinkle Twinkle, Little Star came up, like a diamond in the sky. Also Fading to Black, dark energies of bribery, religious leader abuse, their abuse of children and sexually, that kind of thing came up. Like I said, there's some really dark energies, and there's some confirmation on that, so unfortunately. I was getting really a lot of Divine Masculine specific dark energy on the 14th. That the King of Wands energy, so the Man of Passion type energy, was, and that doesn't have to be the Divine Masculine, but maybe someone in their surroundings, was bribing an Emperor type person, so an older person or a boss, in order to give to the Queen of Wands, who was pretending not to know, like, you know, because then they stay safe if they don't know anything, but they're actually taking the money. And then also the same Man of Passion couple, so the King and Queen of Wands, stealing from the rich to give to the poor. Also sex addictions were coming up, and actually children of the twins with sex addictions. So, you know, girls who are being promiscuous, maybe mimicking a parent, or just from not getting enough attention from their parents, or just the wounds from past lives and from this life coming through. Also a father or uncle, or both, sexually abusing the Divine Masculine, or brothers doing this. And some Divine Masculines not having sex now at all, just healing. Healing past sexual traumas, indecent proposals. Also, 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do came up. And then family affair also came up. And also, though, strangely enough, with all this dark stuff, where the birds have been in flocks and in threes a lot and fighting or whatever, this week they're coming up 2 in harmony. So it's really amazing in that sense. So things are changing and Spirit's connecting with me. The King's Speech, I watched that movie on the 14th. The King's Speech, so maybe one of the Divine Masculines, or some of them have been making speeches or had some kind of major event, because that also comes up on another day as well. Long Live the King was a line that was important from that movie. 1944 came up. And also that day, the numbers were 84 and 48, and I might have brought that up in my last video, but 744, 818, 819, 1001, 1114, 1155, 255, 444, 907, 752, and 917. On the 15th, I actually went to the beach that day, so the beach is something that may have been common for other people as well. But the seagulls that day were so loud and aggressive, much more so than usual. You know, they were really attacking people with food, and just not even with food, but just really loud and yelling at people. And it was very representative of what's going on in the Divine Masculine's life. My son was actually with me and another twin flame friend on the beach, so that was very interesting. And my son was a nice Divine Masculine dynamic in our day, because we could bounce off him a bit, and it was good for her also to have that experience with another Divine Masculine other than our own Divine Masculines. So anyone in your life, you know, is going to mirror back to you the things you need to bring up for yourself. Eye on the Shadow came up, and that the mother mediating between the father and son for the Divine Masculine has been the role of the mother. And also on the 15th came up, Off with Her Head. And the numbers were 6, 1999, 99, 999, 9th Street. We were on 9th Street Beach. 3333, 844, 1001, 1010, 808, 814, 822, 844. 1007, 11 or 1033, and 1111, and also C4. On the 16th, the Wise One or the Truth is coming up, and is still coming up today. Major is the focus, and the British came up as well. Wrestlers. Okay, so there may be some fighting going on, and it may be fighting for show. I'm getting a funeral or a black tie event of some sort. Getting clear on what you like to do. Also, safes came up. Doing things under lock and key for the Divine Masculine. That the Divine Feminine is the Divine Masculine's safe. That he's passing ideas to the Divine Feminine for safekeeping. Sex, Lies, and Videotapes came up. Also, You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine. In Sync. And 3-4, Shut the Door. Kiss from a Rose on a Grave, and also the rose is a pink one, a rose pink one. And something specific for the Divine Masculine. The Divine Masculine describing himself basically as rolled up into one nice, neat little package with sexual abuse at the bottom and verbal abuse at the top. Everything lined up perfectly all in a row. You know, so all the expectations of the Divine Masculine. That it needs to be unraveled and to unwind. Literally, I was like literally saying like a carpet rolled up. And Spirit's connecting with me, major. The Magician's back. Okay, so they're back on their game, I guess. Bonnie from Spiritual Acceleration. I don't know if any of you have ever seen her channel, but she's really great at clearing. She does free clearings as well every 2 weeks. So again, that's Spiritual Acceleration if you're interested. The Show Is Over, Say Goodbye also came up yesterday. Devil Child. So I was getting, yesterday and today I'm getting a lot about court cases. And the Devil Child came up, that there's kids on the witness stand in court cases. And also the truth about boobs coming out. It was just random. War of the Roses. And cheating and stealing. So all that stuff came up yesterday. Today, I was getting that in the Divine Masculine's eyes, women were equal, you know, he was seeing them as equal to money. So like basically on the justice scales, you're seeing money over here and a woman over here, that they're equal when they're not, okay? Yes, they're both energy, but money is not the same as a human. So transmute, 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 and this will continue. It's been like this all month. It's very heavy energies, so don't get down on yourself. When you're feeling low, you need to rest. You need to meditate, take walks, baths, whatever you can do to relax yourself. And stretching, we always forget to talk about, is so important, especially throughout here. Pulling your arms back and really stretching out your heart area and over your head as well and back, okay, because we all sit this way all the time. It's so important to undo all of that and stretch back, get all these muscles stretched out, and also you have a lot of etheric connections coming out of that area, so it's really important to release anything that's pent up. So stretch, and all stretching is really good, but especially the back and the spine, since everything is aligned with the spine. What the other things coming up today were that families are blocking the lights of the both twins, actually. That both twins need to leave behind their family ID, all right, so not being identified by who their family was, like they have been all their life. A tidal wave of emotions has been coming up today. 3 Towers came up this morning, and 3 King of Swords. So a lot of major truth and sudden events coming up. These are quick situations of transmutation. They're harsh, but they come in to get clear real quickly. Okay. Fear of this is for both. Fear of energetically being overwhelmed, so not doing things for fear of being overwhelmed, or for fear of being still. So those of you who are a lot of the divine masculines probably are running around, all the time and can't be still, and they need to learn to be still. And a lot of the divine feminines are probably very still and need to learn to not feel overwhelmed by, scheduling too much, that kind of thing. So there's that balance between the two, and you can just switch the roles if that's not the case for you. It's that fear of disappointing others. And with your connection with your higher self, with God, that that the fear that you're not doing the right thing or not enough, which is not true, because every moment of the way is mapped out. Okay, you are okay no matter what you're doing. It's all part of your journey. Also coming up was socializing to get ahead and to make sure you only give from the heart, because otherwise it's not authentic, it's not real, it's not truth. Arrogance versus neediness came up. So whatever spectrum you're on, make sure you come to a middle point of confidence. The T's versus the abuse of power, and where the middle ground is in there. Okay, so being objective and detached, okay, in those situations. Permission to enter another's space. Make sure you respect other people's space. Make sure you ask them before giving them advice, because they may not want your advice. So make sure to ask before entering someone else's energy, okay? So showing off for attention versus being shy. Again, there's that finding that confident middle ground. Expressing feelings is the surrender to rising above sudden changes. So that came through very clearly. So to get it out, don't hold it. When you hold it, you're repressing it or suppressing it, and then it causes more wounding, okay, that you're going to need to clear. It'll get worse later. As the sudden events come in and you get frustrated and all that kind of stuff, allow the feelings to come out. Don't take it out on others. But yeah, if you need to scream, go home and scream in a room by yourself. If you need to cry, cry it out. Don't hold the frustrations and the tears in, because that's just going to cause more issues. So expressing feelings is the surrender to rising above sudden events, okay? If you can't detach yourself when you're around other people, that's when you're called to step aside, go somewhere by yourself where you can deal with your frustrations, your anger, or your sorrow, and then come back and readdress it with the people that you were getting frustrated with, and then that way they've had time to step out and clear as well. Okay, it's integration time, So the divine masculine really needs to learn to rest when that's part of loving himself first. Also, Batman and the black butterfly were coming up as coming out of the cocoon very soon. Sudden transformations and epiphanies. And that the 3 wise men are not feeling very wise right now. They were all reversed. At the new moon, to expose your heart and open it up. And then at the full moon, to get all that, deep releasing out. And Spirit's connecting with me. The truth, this may be controversial too. The truth is, and doesn't require being said. So a lot of times the words just get in the way, and that's the point of this. It's not that the truth isn't important, it's that when we intellectualize things, we cause more drama and chaos. So as Spirit's connecting with me, that the truth just is. It is. If someone argues with you, it doesn't matter, because you know what your truth is. You need to let go, and Spirit's still connecting with me. Just being your truth. You don't need, we all feel like that, and I do too. I get defensive when someone says something that I know isn't the truth, but when it's not important, let it go, because it's not important, okay? Because then arguing just causes more wounding, okay? Don't push out emotions, just allow, okay? So when you think you need to get more clearing done, always allow it to come out naturally. Sometimes it'll be quick, because that's the way it's supposed to come out. It'll be a quick purge because something harsh came in, or it'll be a slow burn. So then I hear the dog howling and whimpering at the same time, okay? So the Divine Masculine howling and whimpering at the same time. So there could be some fury, but crying all at the same time. And the Divine Feminines know about that, because they've all done this already. Cold sweats came up. So there may be some Divine Masculines going through cold sweats as well as the Divine Feminine. Traitor came up, and hung jury, and Judas and the 30 pieces of silver, and against all odds came up. For the Divine Masculine, that his church is his truth, finding peace without suffering. Okay, so let's get right into the Divine Masculine read, and if I have time I'll go through all the cards, but the summary, I just wanted to make sure, sometimes for me I'm a little slow, because I really need to feel into things. I don't know if it's because of my brain injury, but sometimes it takes me a bit to really feel into the cards. So I didn't want to take, tons and tons of time online, because then you won't want to watch. So as soon as I started to do this Divine Masculine read for the collective, I got tick-tock, tick-tock right away. The only major arcana that came up is the Devil and the Hermit. The Death card is the after the read card, but that wasn't part of the main read. So the Devil and the Hermit, which is very, dark, deep energies. And the Hermit wasn't seen initially, so the Hermit is unseen, okay, because they're hibernating. And this is interesting too, which I brought up before, whereas the Divine Masculine never used to have cups in their reads. And if they did, it was always just balanced, because the Divine Masculine is usually very imbalanced between the suits. I mean, they're usually 2, 2, 2, 2, or 1, 2, 1 to 3. The Divine Masculine is usually in balance. But the past few months, the amount of cups in their reads has increased exponentially since the past, 2, 3 years. Because they never used to get cups, and they're getting a lot of cups now. So they're getting more into their heart, into their emotions, which is amazing. 2 kings came up in the read today, the King of Cups and the King of Wands. Okay, so the Man of Passion and the Man of Unconditional Love. And the numbers were pretty balanced. There weren't multiples of any numbers in the read. Okay, so it's balanced. And there was a lot of sayings that came up while I was doing the read, more so than usual. Another day, another dollar. Okay, was the first thing I wrote down. Walking into the Devil's Workshop of ancient Egypt, Greece, and Rome, and the Sphinx. Live and die by the sword, and maybe live and let die wants to come out as well, because I almost said that. But living and dying by the sword, so all of these wounds for the Divine Masculine. Seeing angry birds and ruffling feathers, and I've seen a lot of ruffled feathers with birds recently, which I never used to notice over the past year or so. I've seen quite a few fights with birds. And also I had two pigeons, I guess they were really big and fat and fluffy. They didn't look like normal pigeons, were sitting on my deck. This was a week or two ago. And I literally have pictures of their whole interaction of like separating, coming together, having sex, and then like just looking at each other afterwards. It was really cute, but kind of funny. And that came up because of the ruffling the feathers. So when they were doing it, his feathers were ruffling too. He's trying to show off for her to get her to come over. Really funny. And angels sitting quietly reading books. So the Divine Masculine is noticing more on his way to work, but only seeing half the cure. in the cesspool between triumph and betrayal. The 4D, so the rainbow bridge, or 0 point, between the 5D and the 3D, where the Divine Masculine is the portal for the 3D and the Divine Feminine is the portal for the 5D. The rainbow bridge is lined with dark energies trying to tempt the Divine Masculine while he is manifesting new love. So he's already, and it depends where you are on your journey, but I'm getting in this read that the Divine Masculine is manifesting new love. But there's a lot of dark energies trying to interfere, because you know it always gets worse. It's darkest before the dawn, but also when you're coming into union, the dark attacks are going to get more and more and more, okay? So it was emphasizing this. Even putting out new bird feeders was coming up for the Divine Masculine, because he's becoming more at one with nature. The wheel has been propelling the Divine Masculine forward quickly into the fire to transmute quickly. So any real harsh and dramatic things going on in their lives are for a purpose, in order to get a lot of wounds cleared out quickly. The King of Wands stands out as hiding behind hidden money, immature lies, and or silent treatment, but no longer guarded about bringing up old wounds. So whether this is the Divine Masculine or not, it depends on your situation. So the King of Wands can just be a man of passion. It doesn't matter what suit, but it is a fire sign by the picture. The underlying energy was the Devil card. Okay, clarified by the Ace of Cups and the Magician. Okay, so that was very positive energy. Interestingly enough, the Magician with the Ace of Cups is that very positive energy. He's manifesting and knowing his powers and self-love, if not new love. But that the Devil's interfering. It's literally the Devil's like holding the two cards. It's like, this is my baby. I'm not going to let them go where they want to go. So he's being propelled forward. But he's still, you know, there's still some immature lies or silent treatments or hidden money. I was getting like money hidden behind curtains. But he's doing much better about being guarded about his wounds. Now he's seeing the dance, okay, and allowing the wounds to come up. He can no longer fight the Devil. He's just feeling exhausted. He doesn't want to fight anymore, which is good. Devil can just be a Capricorn who's been all about money. So he's letting go of the superficial lifestyle. Okay, he's kind of just letting that go, tired of living that life, or trying to make up by manifesting love that may be a little too late, and him feeling defeated. The King of Wands, that also may be a Sagittarius, because the Sagittarius card's also coming up, is coming out of being patient, mixing potions or drinks of passion. But jealous in a third-party situation, but has been avoiding exposure of this powerful connection until now. And then the spirituality card comes up. Okay, so, and I'll show you real quick the pictures of the underlying energies, because I always put them multiple cards together, and they definitely tell cool stories. So this was the underlying energy from the main deck. Okay, so the Universal Golden Tarot, and then the clarifying cards. I don't know if you can see the bottom card is the Ten of Swords, the Devil, and then this is the Knight of Pentacles, and then this is the Wheel of Fortune, actually, with the wheel was popping up on top like that. Okay. So I talked about these cards already, and also in the mini deck of Rider-Waite. This is the combination of cards. So you have the Nine of Pentacles here. Here's the King of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. And then the other underlying energy from the Tarot Sexual Magic here, you have the Temperance sticking out. Okay. And then this is the Sun and the Tower. So major arcanas everywhere here. And then the middle card there is the Eight of Chalices, which is today, which I'll tell you about that in a minute, because I didn't tell you the numbers. The bottom of the Romance Angels is Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And the bottom of the Numerology deck is purple. It's all purple. Spirituality, 7-7. Okay, so it's all about the third eye and crown. And 7-7, it is what it is. 7 is all about the spiritual, peaceful, calm introverted energy. It comes out as a 5, which is about excitement and change. Okay, so through this spiritual quiet and contemplation, you then come out with expansion. Okay, the card that got pulled today for that is also purple, which we'll get to that in a minute. But those are all the underlying energy cards. Recently, the family has been a thorn in his side, trying to work things out, frustrated, needing money to close the deal. The devil's in the details. Deceptive King of Pentacles reversed, so that's that, letting go of the financial stuff, or someone who's greedy, or he's been this way in the past, is now out in lieu of the King of Cups. So it's changing from that way of being to the King of Cups upright, which is unconditional love. Okay, or the King of Cups is just over hidden deception regarding a life of status and money, or this could be somebody else as well. Centrally, there's been some depression due to injustice of family holding back announcement or just refusing to cut through the BS and come together on the same page. Challenged by trying to be wise, staying under the radar at work due to back pain or betrayal, in pain, drained, being still. And he got give your relationship a chance and separation. I'll show you those cards. Okay, so separation, time apart from your partners on the horizon, and then give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. Okay, so depending where you are, this could be separation from your twin, or separation from your karmic for the Divine Masculine. Yeah. So now in the Divine Masculine's head and heart, they're feeling overwhelmed with all the choices at work, and as his social life expands even more. So as he becomes more loving, of course, more people want to be around him, and then things expand even more. And then that leads to confusion when all he's thinking of is an old-fashioned romance that he's hung up on. Okay? And so the Seven of Cups doesn't have to be like a bunch of choices of women. It could just be different things that he loves in his life, things he likes to do, and then having too many chores and choices to do because it becomes overwhelming at that point. So the King of Wands wants to make up to the one he left behind crying. Soon he isolates to shed light on transformation into not working or being still, which is difficult for most of the Divine Masculines, and getting off the horse without getting back on, and refusing to move. Okay? So also, it can be a Scorpio confronting a Virgo who's not working. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing, but just those are the energies coming up. And a Leo jealous of that Virgo. He is seeing himself as a twin, or just home having quiet time without the kids there. So I don't know if kids have moved out, or if they're just away for the weekend, or whatever, summer, they could be away at camp. So he's just enjoying that time in silence with nothing. And it's funny because the stairway was emphasized, so nothing's going on the stairs, so no one's running up and down the stairs constantly. Or just seeing himself as a twin, but that it's not time to be on that staircase yet. Okay, so unstable, but fortunate and feeling fortunate and satisfied, but just unsure of their home. Maybe they're moving home, or maybe there's just some instability going on within the home and the family right now. But they're satisfied giving to others and feeling fortunate. Around him, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and inspired to defend and protect his crown. So he may be becoming more aware of his chakras and his crown. And maybe just his position that other people have tried to control before. That now he's taking on his own and knowing he can do it himself. He doesn't need to lean on other people. Okay. So the Divine Masculine needs to clear. The King of Wands came up there, is always watching every step he takes. It's like this King of Wands, sometimes it comes up as Metatron too, because he's overseeing the Divine Masculine. So it comes up as this King of Wands, like, just like staring at this the Hermit card, and they're both staring in the same direction. So the King of Wands is behind the Hermit. It's like he's always watching every step he takes, or him watching the Hermit or a Virgo who speaks to others about bad decisions and non-judgment. Also could be clearing, following on the coattails of others. He needs to clear this and get clear on his own passions. He needs a timeout. So the timeout card is actually the numerology deck that came up. Let's see what the number is. And that's number 37, which is perfect because that is the King of Cups. 37. So it's the 1, it's masculine energy, very driven and focused and selfish oriented, which is good for the divine masculine right now. And then this 37. 7 is that quiet spiritualness on the inside and being happy and joyful on the outside, very social. So on this outcome, the outcome card, so I have Tarot of Sexual Magic cards on either side, and then the mini deck clarifications. So on the left side of the outcome card, which is the 4 of Wands, which I don't consider outcome, I mean it's really just what the energies are right now, like where they're headed, okay? So the 4 of Wands came out, which is the Union card. On the left of this, or the Divine Feminine side of this, is the Divine Masculine getting his wish of justice from drama, love with the fairy at the full moon, when he finds a pearl amidst the dross, okay? And then on the right side of the Union, or the Divine Masculine side, he has some explaining to do to make up and hang out romantically at home or in union. The Queen of Wands is pissed at the King of Wands. They're seeing eye to eye about feeling rejected and used. So maybe they're both finally getting on the same page that they really shouldn't be together anymore. After the read, transformation occurs, coming together to lead the way. So this also just be coming into union. Also could be a memorial service going on, because that came up before as well. A memorial service, a funeral, or a black tie type event. The Devil could also just be a Capricorn, but the Devil, or this Capricorn, and King of Cups, who's water signs, they could be representative of the twins, right? Because a lot of times the Divine Masculine sees the Divine Feminine as the Devil, because he doesn't get all the stuff that's going on in the 5D. So they see it, and it's funny because actually Jill and Remy has said this before, that he saw his twin as the Devil. So it could very well that the Devil is representing the Divine Feminine, and then the King of Cups is the Divine Masculine coming into his unconditional love and his knowing. So it's the twins' truth exposed to the family. Meeting at work, either him saying about meeting at work with the twin, or actually meeting his family at work with a Virgo, a doctor, or a wise one, an older person, and the Man of Passion, or the King of Wands. Dreaming of union, or to see what or it could be bringing family in to see what he's been working on, the details of what he's been working on. But he feels overwhelmed with too much going on, or it could just be too much love around him. He doesn't know how to deal with it. It doesn't have to be lovers, okay? We're talking about just love. And Spirit's connecting with me, but that was important to distinguish, okay? So it doesn't mean that there's lovers everywhere all the time. It could just be a lot of love around him, okay? So he gets overwhelmed when there's too many options or too much love offered to him around him. And then he retreats to his home to transform and into the next day so they can go back to work again. So he needs that time really to transmute and integrate the energies just like we do, so that he can go forward again the next day. He can only focus at one thing at a time and gets overwhelmed easily with too many choices when he's home and unsure if union is an illusion. So there's still some Divine Masculine who are fighting with that idea. Not sure about, they know it, but they still are in their 3D mindset. So, but some are not. So there are unions definitely coming. This is very important. We have the Union card next to with the 7 of Cups. I mean, a lot of people talk about that as the illusions card, but not to me. It just means sometimes there's too many choices to make, okay? That gets difficult, and it can be illusionary, depending on the cards around it. But to me, it's the card after the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is the twins in union, right? So when you have the two harmoniously together, like two little kids, the next step is the Seven of Cups, because then you have to figure out things to do together. So that's the natural progression of the cups. So it's not that it's illusion, it's just when you have too many choices or try to be too many things, it becomes illusionary and becomes deceptive, because you can't possibly keep up with all of those things. So it's really positive that Seven of Cups is next to the Four of Wands. Not only because it is about dreams coming true, but it is to everyone else an illusion, but not to the twins. You get it? So, and then the card after the read is the Death card. So that comes up with the Three of Cups and the Six of Wands, which is all about leadership. So it's like transformation. See how they're all moving in the same direction. Transformation of the divine masculine and coming together and moving forward in leadership, or it could even be a proposal. Okay. That's all. There's a lot of wand energy coming up, as you can feel it, because everything's very physical right now. Make sure you stretch and walk and don't sit all day long, and I'm guilty of the same. Make sure you drink a lot of water. It's so important to flush all the stuff out when you do clear wounds. I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you now. And let me show you real quickly the cards that were up, just so you at least have a shot. You can go back and look. This is the past. All right, so the Ten of Pentacles, got the Eight of Cups reversed, the Ace of Wands reversed, the Page of Pentacles reversed, and then the World. Okay, that's the past. The foundation was the King of Cups with the here was the King of Pentacles reversed, the Moon reversed, and then the Five of Cups reversed. This is getting over loss and regret. The central card was the Three of Cups. Okay, so it's about coming together. Could be celebration or just getting together. It doesn't have to be like a party or anything. It just can be a couple friends getting together or one friend getting together. Okay, but there's some depression and injustice about family and not announcing things, not speaking truth, okay, holding things back. So it's not necessarily the most positive getting together. The challenge for the Divine Masculine came up as the Work card. So it's the Eight of Pentacles, okay, with the Ten of Swords, the Sun reversed, and then the Hangman. Okay. In his head and heart is the, like I said, the Seven of Cups, and the clarifications were the Eight of Pentacles again, and then the Seven of Wands reversed. Feeling overwhelmed. Coming soon. Coming soon was the Hermit with the Death card, and then the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Also had these clarifications on the Hermit. Okay, was the Strength and the Knight of Cups reversed, just jealousy and strength. And then how the Divine Masculine saw himself, the Six of Cups came up. Oops, sorry about that. Six of Cups, and we have the Wheel. The Wheel with the Nine of Cups upright, and then the Four of Wands reversed. Okay, so that's when he's feeling a little instability at home, but actually feeling very good in spite of it. So that was the point of this, showing the Four of Wands reversed, that he's still, the other energies of this card are really positive. Around him is the Ace of Swords with the Page of Wands, the Five of Swords, and then the King of Swords. And this card has been changing for me this past month. I mean, it's all about someone's, usually it's the jerk, because he's cutting down everybody else in his path. But I'm seeing it as just standing in your truth, and that the people who walk away have to resolve their own pain. It's not his issue. He just has to stand with his own truth, okay? The outbox is the Man of Passion, so the King of Wands with the Queen of Swords and the Judgment card reversed, okay? So that can be non-judgmental, but it could also be bad decisions, okay? And then the outcome was the Four of Wands with these clarifications, and I'll show you the Four of Wands in a minute. Okay, so it's the Queen of Wands reversed, the Two of Cups, the Page of Cups reversed, and then the Knight of Wands reversed. Okay, and that was with the Four of Wands outcome. To the left cards were from the Tarot Sexual Magic here. Okay, this is the Divine Feminine side. So the Justice, Moon, and the Nine of Cups. Okay, and then the Timeout card. Okay, which I told you about, and it actually has a gold Merkaba, so that's solar plexus. And then on the right side, or the Divine Masculine side, were these cards from the Tarot Sexual Magic. Okay, so we have the Hangman is here, and the King of Wands in the middle. And then this one over here is the Five of Pentacles, and then this is the Six of Pentacles. So the Five and Six of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the King of Wands. Okay, so that's all the cards that were out on the table. I don't think I missed anything. And I'm going to pull really quickly some oracle cards for both. Okay, so we have the Ascension deck. This will be for the Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine, Organic Divine Feminine Twin Flames. Organic Divine Feminine Twin Flames. This is for the Organic Divine Feminines. What is the advice? Okay, we have Lord Cthulhu. And this says, it's number 36, which is a 9 of universal selflessness and endings and compassion. Lord Cthulhu is the world teacher. And the 36, the 6 is the motherly energy on the inside, and 3 is that happy-go-lucky, friendly, and social energy on the outside. So Lord Cthulhu is the world teacher. In his incarnations is Saint Francis Shah Jahan, who built the Taj Mahal, and I don't know if I'm saying this right, and Melchior, one of the wise men. Lord Cthulhu practiced harmlessness, love, and wisdom. These energies are encapsulated in this card, so you're encouraged to spread knowledge and spiritual truths to others with humility and inspiration. Be ready to learn, for Lord Cthulhu is drawing your attention to something important. He's a member of the Brotherhood of the Golden Robe, those who take in and transmute the pain of the world. If you're sensitive to energies, ask him to wrap you in his light. And we're all feeling a little sensitive to the energies right now, so you're being called to wrap him wrap yourself in his light, Lord Cthulhu. The affirmation is, I am opening to learning and teaching. Okay, so you're learning to go out into the world and deal with these energies, because you know that's what we're doing right now, and it's not easy. I'm still recovering from the last trip I went on, and I have to leave again this week. The end of the week, I'm going to help my daughter move to Atlanta, so I'll be on the road for a bit. So it's difficult for me. My hardest, or the most difficult issue to deal with when I'm on the road is my food, because it's really hard for me to find the right things that I normally eat that make me feel good at home, because I juice every morning. But when I juice, it's all organic, and it's, I have like 10 different things in there, and when I go away, I'm lucky if I can find a juice, an organic juice that has 2 or 3 fruits in it, and that's it. So it doesn't really it's not substantial for me. And then I end up eating crappy all day. So, and then it's just a spiral downward for me. And then it took me 2 weeks to recover last time I went away. So it's really accentuating how important it is to eat well and drink plenty of water. That I usually get. But so for the Divine Masculine in the Ascension deck, what is for the Organic Divine Masculine Twin Flames, which is kind of messy because the cards keep falling down and water came up a little bit, but let's see. Divine Masculine, what is the advice for the Divine Masculine? It's a little messy right now. Okay, we got water, came up again. Okay. So it's number 15, which is the devil. Okay, the devil's in the water, I guess. Make sure you clear it. That's why, because I clear my water every time I pour my water. I do sugar rays and I clear it. So put whatever your intentions are in the water to send love around the world and to heal your body, those kind of things. Make sure you do your intentions to your water. So 15 is a 6. It's all about the love and motherly energy. Love, family, and community. It's the 5 of excitement on the inside. knowing a little about a lot of different things, and then the one masculine energy on the outside being very direct and a leader. Water permeates everything, including the cells of your body. It carries pure divine love and special qualities that can assist ascension. Poseidon is in charge of the waters. Neptune is his elemental master and directs the Undines. Ask them to cleanse emotions, emotionally based illnesses, and relationship difficulties. So they're telling you to ask the elementals, you know, fairies and sylphs, and you can look up the elementals to give, you know, it gives you a list of the different elements and the different creatures who are associated with those elements. So calling them in to help you with emotionally based illnesses and relationship difficulties, and to bless your water. Because think about it, you know, putting those intentions in your water, and then it just flushes through your body. You get everything all at once. This is for the divine masculine. The affirmation for water. Your guidance is to bless water everywhere to bring it to the fifth dimension. Ask Poseidon to link you to the music of the spheres, to access the sound of your perfect divine blueprint, and start to reinstate your divine blueprint. The affirmation is water, I love you, bless you, and thank you. I direct you to spread love around the planet. Okay, and so that for the divine masculine, that's something simple to do. It's not too out there. Okay, and then we have the past life deck. Okay, so this is for the divine feminine, organic divine feminine, twin flames. What is the advice? So we got imprisonment or slavery. So all these harsh energies may be bringing up stuff of that sort. Being imprisoned, being in the mental prison now, if you are, or past lives of being imprisoned in slavery, of being subdued, of being muzzled. Muzzled has come up my whole journey about not being able to speak my truth, even to my divine masculine when I was seeing him, because I wasn't able to speak my truth because it wasn't an environment that I could do so. So anything of this sort, you may want to put this intention into your sleep time or your meditation to bring up any past lives of imprisonment or slavery, to bring up these wounds for clearing. The bottom of the deck is the high priest or priestess. Okay, so there may be wounds specifically of that, being imprisoned for being a high priest or priestess who has psychic abilities. Or just a reminder to break vows of silence and of chastity and all those other kind of things. Break all vows, break all cords. You know, literally intend your light around your whole body, you know, like on Star Trek or something. The shield, just bring it down and cut all cords that may be attached to you. It's not going to cut your twin's cord, it can't be cut. Okay, and that'll detach you from, a quick detachment from everyone. Use your light as a sword. Okay, your light's stronger than a sword. Okay, so for past life, for the organic divine feminine, twin flames. Oh, came right out. Trees, ground, ground, ground. Transmute, transmute, transmute. Get out into the sunshine, get some rays, and be amidst the trees. Very important. And at the bottom of the deck is health. Let's see it. Okay. So make sure you've had a checkup if you need it, and just take care of yourself. You know, drink your water, get your rest, exercise, and stretch. Make sure you trap all those trapped cells. Release them. That is Rolfing. I read a book on Rolfing many years ago, and it's a lot to do with releasing your wounds. It's how all the memories are stored in your cells, and as you rebalance, like, you know, you drive with one foot every time, you need to drive with the other foot, you know, do the same action in order to rebalance your cells. It actually releases wounds as well. Because I actually saw pannings of wartime in Marilyn Monroe when I did that. When I had gone to the bathroom, and I'm just seeing a pan of this wartime. Alright, so for the divine masculine, the organic divine masculine, twin flames, what is the advice from the past life deck? The organic divine masculine, twin flames, what is the advice? Karmic relationships. Okay, you need to focus on your karmic relationships. Is it the relationship you want to be in, or is it something that's not for your highest good? And is there something from the past, from a past life, or even just a prior relationship in this life that needs clearing, that you need to focus on? Okay, and then the bottom of the deck is the spouse. Okay, so it's accentuating whoever you're married to now. If you're a divine masculine who's married, You need to focus on this relationship and what is for your highest good. What is it that you actually want in your life? What makes you happy, not what makes other people in your life happy about what you do. It's supposed to be loving yourself first. What makes you happy first, and then once you've given your energy to yourself, then you can give it to others. Okay? So then we have the Journey of Love deck. The Journey of Love. For the Organic Divine Feminine Twin Flames, what is the advice? What is the advice for the Organic Divine Feminine? Oh, I'm falling out too, a little stuck, a little stubborn. Divine Feminine. What is the advice? Geez, they're falling all over the place. This did come out. Burning Hero. I guess it takes a lot for the Divine Feminine to be the Burning Hero. And Simplicity wants to come out a bit. I just thought I'd tell you that, but I'm not going to read that one. So Burning Hero, which is number 3. Okay, 3 is the Empress, by the way. And that looks like a vortex to me. Actually came up today in prior cards for me that there's definitely a portal. I was getting this actually the past 2 days that we're passing through another portal right now. It's actually a moon portal. It was interesting. What I got for me was with the cocoons and everything, and the Divine Masculine transforming and about to come out into the butterfly, that the moon was a cocoon going through the portal. So in that sense, the moon was the masculine energy, playing the masculine energy, going through the portal of the feminine energy, which is an interesting twist. So Burning Hero for the Divine Feminine, we'll read that in a second. I'm going to pull for the Divine Masculine too. So number 3. Divine Masculine. Okay, the Divine Masculine, Organic Divine Masculine Twin Flames. Organic Divine Masculine Twin Flames. What is the advice? What is the advice? A little sticky there too. What is the advice? What is the advice? What is the advice? It's okay. What's the advice? Okay. So for the Divine Masculine, pretty picture, pretty blues and whites. It's actually more blue on the screen, but the light field is 63, which is a 9. So again, universal love and compassion and endings, wrapping things up. It's the 3 of lightheartedness inside, of being social and happy-go-lucky and coming together, and then the 6 on the outside of love and family and community, the motherly energy, to produce this 9. And the 3, 6, 9 are all very service-oriented numbers. Okay, it's the basis of the 3D, 4D, and 5D. So we have, you know, on my screen here, it looks really blue and white, and it's more subdued in this. It's more browns in the dark areas with violet, purple, or more of a bluish purple. But there's lots of greens. There's really not much blue in this at all. It's more purples, greens, golds, and browns. The light field. 63 and 3. Okay. And again, for any of you who are interested, this is Atlantisite, and I like it a lot. I mean, there's a lot of etchings on this stone. I don't know if it's just my stone or if they all have a lot of etchings, but there's like 11s on here and all sorts of interesting messages. So, Atlantisite, it's good for healing a lot of different things. All right, so 3 was for the Divine Feminine. The Burning Hero. From the transformative fires of life's tests, you emerge now stronger in self-belief, overcoming self-doubt and fear, and shedding the layers that have held you back from burning as a naked flame of divine love. Can you perceive the coolness fast approaching to soothe your fire-weary soul? Peace is coming to you now, a respite from the fire, before you're ready to burn into love again. It's a little bit of an integration period, right? The intensity of fire exists in relationship to cool serenity, and you are capable of experiencing both. Your inner fires push you forward, and your creative self-expression will manifest into the most beautiful forms. This is assured. You burn bright now, and yet it will be the cooling of your soul embers that replenishes you and inspires you to new creative depths and heights in spirit connecting with me in due time. This oracle brings you a message. From the heat of your labor, sweet success will arise, and you can act now as if that success were already made manifest. It is only a matter of time, and Spirit's really connecting with me now, before it is so. From that success, new levels of experience and creative manifestations will take place. You're in a powerful creative cycle of intensity and serenity, dancing with each other through your heart like the sweet relationship of night and day. Day and night, you are the one. This cycle yields great harvest. Offer yourself in contribution to the greater good, and your harvest will be not only of earthly delight, but of heavenly blessings too. And the poem reads, always, feeling your love in every cell of my being, I open my soul, becoming one in your embrace. How rich the moments shared, I savor every one. And even when apart, your love envelops me with knowing we are complete. Together like a new day, we are born. Okay? So just as a reminder to the Divine Feminine, just like the coming in and going out of the waves, sometimes you feel more detached from Source. And it's a little more scary in that spot, but just knowing that you're going to go into the fire and then to the coolness. It's going to go back and forth, and it's not going to leave you completely. It's just the natural rhythm, okay? And that's how you become your burning hero, by the infinity, okay? By going through the flows of life and always coming back to 0 point. All right, so 63 was for the Divine Masculine. Don't be afraid to go far away from 0 point as long as you know your way home. But just so you know, if you go really far, the rubber band snaps pretty hard, okay? The light field for the Divine Masculine. You're very open to the other side. The veil that separates the world is very fine for you. For there is much love in your heart, and love exists beyond all barriers, including those of time, distance, and even death. If you wish to communicate with those that have passed on, do so through your heart. If you want to communicate energetically with your beloved, even though you're separated in a physical location, then you can do so now. If your psychic abilities are opening and you need confirmation or reassurance, accept this message of guidance as being such. Those who have passed can be received fully and peacefully into the light, and your love guides them home. The messages that you sense in your own heart that come from unconditional love, that uplift and reassure, can be trusted. The light is so close to you, beloved, it surrounds you as glow from within. Okay? So for the Divine Masculines who are watching this, this is confirming for you the things that you're questioning. Okay? This oracle brings you guidance, that you are connected with a field of awareness that is real, and that you're protected by light as you do so. It is confirming that there is nothing for you to fear, and that those have passed on or will pass on in the future will always be safely held in love. It's also confirmation that there's very real bonds that connect you to your loved ones, past, present, and future, that are beyond the confines of time and space. And the poem reads, when I'm in love, I'm not afraid to be any part of me. I let it all be free for the world to know, and when I'm ready to love, I will create a reflection of who I am, and we will shed our fears and spirits connecting, complete our past, and trust love to be our guide. Okay, so it's confirming for the Divine Masculine to trust their own knowing. It's not in your imagination. It's real. It's everything else here that's illusionary. Okay, and just a reminder too, because we talk about for the Divine Masculines, some are going to be very religious and some are going to be very not religious. And this journey is not, we talk about Jesus all the time, but this is not a religious journey. It's about your own awakening, your own connection with God or universe or higher self, whatever it is that you are comfortable with or you call it. It's not about religion. We're breaking all of these old templates down. It's not that we're against anything that helps someone become more spiritual, but we're breaking down the templates of other people telling you how to control your life, and you being able to control your life, you connecting with your higher self and your own knowing above all others. It's not about anything that's good for people, that helps people be their true self. It's about being your authentic, real self and not doing things in your life because it makes other people happy. You weren't put on this earth to express someone else's energy. You were put on this earth to express your true, pure energy, not what other people have taught you to be. So this is what the journey is about. It's about ascending into your true self and becoming the highest version of that. Okay? So this is just confirming your knowing. It's not a belief, it's a knowing. If you're a twin, you know that. So if you're knowing it, and that's why you're still holding on to this after so many years, depending on your situation, it's because you know it and you're just questioning it because you're still saying everyone around you knows better than you do. And it's letting go of that. Okay? I'll do a really quick clear before you go. Okay. So just take a deep breath if you want it. If you don't want the clearing, you can go ahead and leave the video. Okay. Let's clear, let's protect first. God, or organic, Christus, Sophia, Mother, Father, Ark, please armor us with your love against all that is not of organic love and light, across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities, for the highest good of all that is concerned. Transmute, transform. Transcend and clear. Let's clear all auric layers, all chakra layers, first layers and beyond, all multidimensional bodies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities, for the highest good of all those concerned. Transmute, transform, transcend and clear. Thank you. Let's fill all empty spaces with beautiful organic love and light across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities, for the highest good of all is concerned. And then again, to all of you, thank you so much for watching. And please make sure to subscribe. And if you need any of my services, drop me an email. Okay? Have an amazing week. Take care of yourselves in this energy. Rest your back. Stretch your wings and your chest. Okay? Get all that energy out. Drink a lot of water and take care of yourself. Okay? Rise and be love, everyone. Take care.